the fight, chasing that checkered flag at night. We're burning up dirt, kicking up dust. Ain't nothing like racing with the rest of us. Big as steel, we're tough as nails. One lap closer, bringing trails from green to checkered, all out attack. We're born for the dirt, ain't looking back. Got blood in the gears, fuel in the veins, working all week just to feel this strength. On the edge, we don't play it safe. Running that wall, we're hitting the brake. We're burning up dirt, kicking up dust. Ain't nothing like racing with the rest of us. Big as steel, we're tough as nails. One lap closer, bringing trails from green to checkered, all out attack. We're born for the dirt, ain't looking back.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to some Week 6 action here in the ARCA Clay Clash. Landon Moody, our points leader right now. It is going to be Lovelace in second. Hold on, I got the whole thing. Keelan Tate going to be in the number 3 spot. Ethan Bowers 4th. Remington James in 5th. Shane Haas 6th. Dalton in 7th. Clint Sheehan 8th. Pierce Akins 9th, and Jonathan Burt are your top 10. Now remember, that does not count drop weeks. With the drop weeks, it's going to put Brayton up into the number 3 spot and Ethan Bowers up to 2nd, so we'll shake things up a little bit as we get ready for tonight's racing. Looks like we are definitely sending a driver or 2 home here tonight. Let's go ahead and see who is in here. All right, looks like everybody's in here. We got 18 cars looking to do battle here tonight. 18 cars looking to do battle for 16 spots in tonight's feature at Knoxville. Remington James at the top of the boards in that number 36. He was putting in time before this one. It is hosted. You have about 3 minutes or 2 minutes before we get into qualifying, taking the first 24. So if you can get in there, just look up ARCA Clay Clash. It'll come up. All right, so we are going to get into qualifying pretty quickly here. We have about 1 minute and 15 seconds left. Shane Haas out on the track. Jonathan Burt on the track. Cameron Jacobs out on the track. Let's see, Gabe Elkins making an appearance here tonight. He's out here in the 07, putting down some times. Currently 5th on the boards here tonight. We'll see if we end up getting anybody else in here. We will take the top 16 into the feature. First 24 into the server, so you do still have time to get in there. What's up, John's mom? What's up, Kenny? What's up? What's up? Make sure you guys get those likes, shares, and follows out there. Let's get some people up in the stream. This is going to be a wild one here tonight at Knoxville. Unfortunately, Ethan Bowers must have fallen asleep again because he is not in the server. There's one person that I know is excited about that, and that is going to be Landon Moody. Because that is his biggest competition in the series right now. But don't count out Brayton. Brayton definitely has some speed, and look for him to possibly make a potential championship run and stay in with Moody. Drop weeks are definitely going to play a big factor here tonight, as Lovelace is already practicing to win. Kyle Todd, a regular on a Thursday, out on the track here tonight, getting him something a little bit more familiar to him. A little bit of that dirt underneath his toes, as we got about 45 seconds left here in the practice. See if we got anybody else sneaking their way in. Brogan did make it, so Brogan's going to make it. As we get ready to roll into qualifying pretty quickly here, there are points. QuickTime does give 5 bonus points. Landon, thank you for the heart. Me appreciate that, buddy. Appreciate that. There are 5 bonus points for the QuickTime. Kenny's out there in the number 54. Good to see him. Appreciate it, Landon. Appreciate it. To me, and I love calling them, this is one of the best things. Brian says, go Kenny. Best cars on dirt right now. Probably my favorite thing to broadcast right now are these ARCA dirt cars. If we could get some more people in here, I want to eventually split it up into like a pro and a rookie series. Would be nice as we get into qualifying. Let's go ahead and pull up best times. See who's going to jump out on the track first here tonight. It is going to be Jonathan Burt in that Hello Kitty number 6. Kenny Stork says. All right, let's see. Got to make sure I can see this as Jonathan Burt going to start lap number 1 here. Let's see. Do we end up getting any more stragglers? Does look like we got two more people looking to jump in. Klopp did go away. Let's see. Charlie and Shane Pearson coming in. So definitely a couple more drivers coming in here tonight. As we get ready for tonight, it is going to be Shane Haas up to the top of the charts with a 21.135. Let's see, is Remington going to go quick time? That's what I was looking for with a 20.397. Landon Moody's going to be at 20.473. He's going to be kicking himself. Lovelace in third. Kenny's going to be at fourth right now. Joe in that number 5 spot. We'll see if anybody is able to pick up the pace here. Gabe Elkins out on the track. Just a reminder, guys, you do have 3 laps. Oh, that's awesome. All right, so Kyle Todd going to jump up to the number 4 spot, knocking Kenny out of that top 5. Gabe Elkins going to be in the number 10 position. Kenny pick up the pace on lap number 2. There isn't a whole lot of fall off in these, and sometimes a little bit of heat in the tires does help. Let's see if Gabe is able to pick up the pace any here on lap number 2 as he blinks on a turn number 4. And blinks back in, so that lap is not going to count. That is unfortunate for him. Landon Moody has all his laps in. We got Quentin out there in the number 16. Some of these guys are going to struggle. Tyler back in there. He did jump back in. As they come out of turn number 4, Quentin did not get any practice in, I don't think, so it's going to be interesting to see what he does. He's going to go down to that bottom side, roll that berm. Down the back straightaway. Looks like Jonathan Burt getting a little bit of extra credit in there, getting some extra seat time in that number 6 machine. As Quentin's going to bounce up the track, and he's going to hope to get a little more pace here on lap number 2. He's going to go 14th quick with a 21.204, and that is going to be the end of his attempt. If you guys did not make some lap times, and we are going to get ready for tonight's heat race number 1. We will do. All right, guys, quick little rundown on the rules. Not a whole lot here. I try not to officiate too much unless it's absolutely blatant, then I will decide what I need to do. We got a pretty honest crew here. If they feel like they're at fault, some of them will take the EOL on their own, drive through the pit road, but I try not to, it's all about respect. Biggest thing here, guys, is chat. If you mic up and you want to tell somebody they're a fucking moron, I am perfectly fine with that. But leave it at one and done. If you do keep it going, that is the easiest way to get removed from this race. Top 6 are going to transfer through in the heat race. Top 4 from the Consi. We're taking a total of 16 into tonight's race. All starts will be on leader, anywhere in the middle of 3 and 4 on out. If you have not been here before, this is live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, TikTok. I think I said them all. YouTube, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, TikTok. Yep, that's all of them. MDiTV now. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Have fun, guys. All right. right, we're going to get the one to go as they come across the line. It is going to be Remington James leading the way. He's going to have Landon Moody do his outside. Oh, who out qualified Moody? Hold on, we got to go look at something real quick. I need to change that to gap, and we're going to go check and see. I didn't see that somebody out qualified Moody, but we're going to go see who it was. It was Zach Lovelace out qualified Landon Moody. He's going to be starting on the pole in heat race number 2. That is the second time he has started on the pole in a heat race here. He is definitely starting to find some speed as we look for the green flag out of turn number 4. Pace truck is off. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. There are no cautions in the heats. Down into turn number 1 and 2, it is going to be Remington James leading the way. Landon Moody in second. Brayton in third as DJ sits in that number 4 spot. Kenny Storkson in the number 5 position as we got a battle for that final transfer spot. Right now, it is Keith in that number 45 machine trying to hold on to the final transfer spot as they are 2 by 2 behind. A big slide job by the 56. I think that is Charlie and the 56. Here comes Jonathan Burt. Jonathan Burt going to get up underneath him, gives him a little bump up the track as they head through turn number 3 and 4. This is going to be the battle for the transfer, for the pole in the Consi as these guys are nose to tail through turn number 1 and 2. Bandit, thank you for the 4 jack-o'-lanterns. Appreciate that, or pumpkins, whatever they are, as they come out of turn number 2, or sorry, turn number 4, down the front straightaway. It is going to be 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Remington leading the way. Moody's got some competition. Here comes Brayton looking up underneath them. Brayton not able to make the move. Moody's going to grab the wall down the back straightaway. Here comes Brayton back down low. A little bit of door touch into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be a drag race out of turn number 4. Brayton with some good power out, but Moody with the momentum on the top side is going to keep the position that time by. Brayton down on the bottom, going to roll through turn number 1 and 2. Moody up high. Brayton gets sideways. Big save by the 28 as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Brayton trying to fight back as they come out of turn number 4. He gets tight, has to back out of it, gets back in line as they got 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Brayton's going to get back in line out of turn 2, putting the pressure on the 84, looking to the outside, down the back straightaway into turn number 3. He's going to send it in deep. Slides through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 2 laps to go for Remington James as they come across the line this time by. All right, so the battle for the final transfer spot starting to heat up as the 56 has caught the 45 of Keith as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Big bobble out of Charlie. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be all Remington as the white flag is out. 1 lap to go. Moody's got his hands full, but we're going to go back here and watch that transfer spot. Can Keith hold on to it as they head through turn number 1 and 2? He's putting the pressure on Kenny, but here comes Charlie with a good run out of 2 as the 45 gets loose down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Here comes Keith, Charlie up underneath Keith. They make contact in turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Remington, Moody, Brayton, DJ, Kenny, and Charlie going to the feature here tonight. Keith, he's going to the LCQ. Jonathan Burt, Shane Haas, Dalton, and Clint Sheehan all going to the LCQ. We're going to have a pretty decent size LCQ, which is phenomenal because that'll slicken out the track a little bit here tonight as we get ready for heat race number 2. All right, we're going to go ahead and pull up the starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight. In that 00, it is going to be Zach Lovelace. Outside of him, it is going to be the number 24 of Kyle Todd. Starting inside, row number 2, in that number 89 machine, it is going to be Joe. We're just going to go with Joe. Outside of him, in the number 41, it's going to be Aaron Murphy. Starting inside, row number 3 in the number 77 machine, it's going to be Brogan Roberts. Outside of him in the 07, it's going to be Gabe Elkins. Starting inside, row number 4 in the number 16 machine, it's going to be Quentin Johnson. Outside of him in the number 55, it's going to be Cameron Jacob. Looks like we got one person that did not grid up. It's going to be Tyler Kolb. Did not grid up, and we're going to have the 39 of Shane Pearson rounding out the field. Just a reminder, the start is on Zach Lovelace. All right, we're going to get out on the track. We are looking for 8 more laps here tonight. And heat race number 2, top 6, going to transfer through. Kyle Todd and Zach Lovelace on that front row. Zach Lovelace controlling the field here tonight. We're going to jump out to the spotter stand. Lets me see a little bit more on these starts as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is iRacing 5.0 Ghosty. It is iRacing. All right, coming across the line, it is going to be green flag next time by. We got them stacked up 2 by 2. That's a good question. I don't see him. That is a very good question. Looking for the green flag as they come out of turn number 4. They're going to stack them up. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be Zach Lovelace leading the way. Kyle Todd in second, Brogan in third as Joe had to pull off the track. He had some internet malfunction in that number 89. He's going to probably have to race his way in through the LCQ without a little bit of luck as they come on to turn number 4. Lovelace going to lead lap number 1. Kyle Todd in second, Brogan in third. Battle is going to be for that number 4 spot as Murphy tries to get up underneath Quinton as they come on to turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Here comes Aaron Murphy down low. They got Gabe Elkins just behind him. Top 6 going to transfer through. Gabe Elkins. Oh, I might have been wrong on that last one. Gabe Elkins in that final transfer spot as he's got Shane Pearson looking to the outside. Shane's going to get loose. He's going to lose some ground in that number 39. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Skimming through the field to see what's going on. Looks like the battle's going to be for 4th on back as they come into turn number 4. They got a 3-car battle. It might end up 4 cars if Shane can get up there as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Murphy down low. Johnson going to make a little contact. Murphy sideways. Big save down the back straightaway. Big save as he heads into turn number 3 and 4. That was just a little bit of contact, knocked him out of shape. That's going to put Shane on that bubble. Murphy's going to put the pressure back on him. Murphy has the speed, needs to race his way back in now as they head through turn number 1 and 2. 4 laps to go as they come down the back straightaway. We'll watch for this one to close up. Take a look at the battle for the lead as it looks like Brogan is closing the gap on the 24 of Kyle Todd as they come out of turn number 4. Back here, Gabe Elkins in that number 5 spot. He's got Shane Pearson all over the back of him as they come through turn number 1 and 2. Oh no! Quinn's going to make a mistake. He's going to lose 1-2 spots out of turn number 2. Falls back into that number 6 position. Now in that final transfer spot. Here comes Murphy looking up underneath him. He's sideways again. Murphy's going to make a little contact with him out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Trey, thank you for the share. Appreciate that as they come out of turn number 2. Murphy's got to put his head down and get back to work as they come down the back straightaway. Battle for the lead, trying to heat up. We're going to see if that does, but we need to go back to this battle as Elkins looks for that number 4 spot out of turn number 4. A little bit of contact as Pearson trying to work that outside as they head through 1 and 2. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. Lots of space between the leaders. Pearson going to get sideways down the back straightaway. They all bang the wall as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Oh, contact as the 16 of Quinton gets into the back of Elkins. Elkins able to hold on to it as they're side by side down the front straightaway. Elkins going to pinch him off. I would have done the same thing. Zach Lovelace with the win. Kyle Todd in second. Brogan third. Shane Pearson fourth. Gabe Elkins fifth. Quinton in sixth. Murphy, Joe, Cameron all going to the LCQ. Yeah, it is. It is some good racing. It's definitely some good racing. All right, and it's going to get better. These tracks tend to hit a sweet point where the racing gets real good, and then it hits a bad point where we get some caution. All right, we're going to go ahead and line them up. All right, top 4 transfer through, guys. Top 4 transfer into the feature here tonight. You got 10 laps. All right, it is going to be the number 45 of Keith Chandler starting on the pole here tonight. Outside of him, in the number 41, it's going to be Aaron Murphy. Starting inside row number 2 in that number 6 machine, it is going to be Jonathan Burt. Outside of him, in the number 89, it is going to be Joe. And Joe had some connection issues. That's what put him in a bad spot. Starting inside row number 3 in that number 098, it is going to be Shane Haas. Outside of him, in the number 55, it is going to be Cameron Jacobs. Starting inside row number 4 in that number 60 machine, it is going to be Dalton Erb. Outside of him, in the number 69, it's going to be Clint Sheehan. Clint, you can jump up to the outside if you want. It is 50 laps, yes. 10 laps in this, though. 10 laps in this one. Ooh. No tossing salad here. All right, looking for the green flag as they head into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Keith and Murphy. Chandler Murphy on that front row looking for the green flag. Pace truck going to pull in. When will Chandler fire off? He does. Green flag is out. Big bobbles. Big bobbles as they come out of turn number 4. We're going to go ahead and clear some black flags as they head down into turn number 1 and 2. Joe did not have a good start. Here comes Murphy to the outside of Burt. Burt is now in that number 6 machine, trying to secure his way in. He's going to fall back to 3rd. Here comes Shane Haas out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. 1 lap complete. Chandler going to lead the way. Murphy 2nd. Burt in 3rd. Shane Haas in 4th as the 55 of Jacobs is going to get tight in 1 and 2. Slides up the track. Him and Joe side by side for first person going home down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Oh, that's unfortunate. Dalton's not going to make it tonight unless he gets a little bit of luck. Down the front straightaway, Chandler going to continue to lead here tonight. Aaron Murphy in 2nd. Jonathan Burt in 3rd. Shane Haas in 4th as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Pretty quiet up at the front as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Joe trying to get up underneath Jacob. Jacobs is going to get on the gas out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. So Jacobs has been a regular here lately. Dalton's been a regular. Clint's always a regular. As we got a battle brewing for that number 3 spot as Shane Haas has caught Jonathan Burt trying to look up underneath them. How aggressive will he be? That 55 is definitely closing in. He's going to have to be aggressive. Gets up underneath Burt, takes that number 3 spot. Burt's going to have to find that gas pedal as these guys are closing in. He's now on that bubble spot as they come out of turn number 2. Whoa, big save from Joe. He almost got into Dalton. Through turn number 3 and 4, 55 into Jonathan Burt as they come out of turn number 4. That's going to cost them a lot of time. That gives Jonathan Burt a little breathing room. Halfway through as they head through turn number 1 and 2. And look who's slowly creeping in. I said he's going to need a little bit of luck. He might have gotten some of that as he is closing in on that 4th position as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Dalton says, "You were sleeping on me, bud," as they come out of turn number 4. 4 laps to go. This battle for the transfer spot definitely starting to pick up as Dalton Erb has caught Jonathan Burt. Burt's going to get sideways. Erb gets the berm. That's going to cost them both. Time evens out as they head in 3 and 4. Here comes Dalton Erb. Dalton sends it into turn number 3 and 4. Burt's going to stay on the gas on the outside as they come across the line. It is going to be 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Burt's going to roll the high side. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Jacobs trying to pick up the pace in that number 55. Slides into the number 5 spot. Looks down below Burt. Out of turn number 4. Drag race for the final transfer spot. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. He misses the slider. That's going to check up everybody as they come out of turn number 2. Will Burt give it back as they come down the back straightaway? We got one into the wall. That's going to be Joe. Cameron in the transfer spot. Burt probably owes him one as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, white flag is out. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go. Dalton's going to ship it in. Slides up the track. Burt's going to come back with the cut down. Out of turn number 2. Oh, no! Dalton gets sideways. Nowhere for Burt to go. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Keith Chandler with the win. Aaron Murphy in second. Shane Haas in third. And Cameron Jacob is going to take that 4th and final transfer spot as we finish up the LCQ. Great racing here tonight. Little bit of elbows up, couple little mistakes. LCQ, you kind of expect that. And we are going to get ready for tonight's main event. All right, so heat races are in the books. Conci in the books. Now we are down to the 50-lap main event. As we are going to get stacked up, Jacob said that his heart is going 1,000,000 miles per hour right now. I don't think he spun anybody out. All right, we're going to go ahead and pull up tonight's starting lineup. We all know what time of the night it is as they get out on the track. Just a reminder, start will be on Remington anywhere in the middle of 3 and 4 on out. Starting on the pole here tonight in the main event, it is going to be the number 36 of Remington James. Outside of him in the 00, it is going to be Zach Lovelace. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 84, our points leader, it's going to be Landon Moody. Outside of him in the number 24, it's going to be Kyle Todd. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 28K, we got the one and only Brayton, a.k.a. BK. Starting outside of him in the number 77, it is going to be Brogan Roberts. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 56 machine, it is going to be DJ Bachelador. Outside of him in the number 39, it's going to be Shane Pearson. Starting inside row number 5 in the number 54, it is going to be Kenny Storkson. Outside of him in the 07, it is going to be Gabe Elkins. Starting inside row number 6, it's going to be the 56 of Charlie. Outside of him, Quentin. Then rounding out the field, it is going to be Keith Chandler, Aaron Murphy, Cameron Jacobs, and Shane Haas as we look for the green flag out of turn number 4. 50 laps here tonight. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Thank you for the share, Landon, as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Looks like Lovelace going to try to hold on. He's going to fight back on the outside as they come down the back straightaway. Drag race. Looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Lovelace to the outside. Moody up high. We got a wreck into turn number 3 and 4. Caution flag comes out. Parking lot in turn number 3. Let's see what happened to Kenny here. Oh, that's where it started. Ooh, big contact there. That's going to cost them both some time. Probably worse for Brayton. As we get the first caution flag of the night. Brayton is in the back. All right, guys, I just want to remind you, we do not tend to give EOLs here unless it's just the most dumb thing I've ever seen in my life. If you feel like you are at fault, you're more than welcome to drive through pit road and get yourself that EOL. If you don't, then I guess everybody will know how they feel about you, and you know, they'll race you how you race them. Shane, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. We do not have any fast repairs. We'd be here all night if we had fast repairs. All right, we are going to try this one again as we get them stacked up. Looks like Shane Haas and Brayton and Kenny Storkson all on pit road right now as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Looking for that green flag. Kenny should have just waited to the end. Ty, thank you for the follow. Harvey, thank you for the follow. Aaron, thank you for the follow. Getter, oh my God. Get it done. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate all those follows, guys. Appreciate that. Let's go. Remington, says Chris. Remington is out front. It's actually not as common as you think. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Kenny's going to pull down onto pit road. Green flag. Remington leads the way. Zach Lovelace second. Landon Moody in third. Here comes Lovelace back on the outside. He's going to take the number 2 spot. We're going to slide back here. They're going to be 3 wide for third or fourth down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Kyle Todd stuck up on the outside. Oh, Pierce up the track. They're going to be 4 wide out of turn number 4. These guys trying to get it figured out. Here comes Elkins in the middle in that 07, trying to carve his way through as this track is starting to get a little bit more slick. You'll see some of these drivers that are used to the slick track starting to move their way forward. Gabe Elkins is one of those ones I expect to do that. Oh, as they get turned around in 3 and 4. Oh, they get straight, no caution flag. Big stack up in 3 and 4. They keep it green. Thank you for the roses. Austin, appreciate that. Appreciate those roses. 15 of them as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Oh my God, that got crazy. Gabe Elkins going to come ahead in that number 4 spot. Still chaotic from about Kyle Todd on back as they head through turn number 3 and 4. A little bit more contact there as we've definitely shaken up the field a little bit here. Eric, thank you for the follow. Brayton, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. As they come out of turn number 2. Oh, big contact further back in the pack. It looks like the 45 or 55 going to fall back. That is Cameron Jacobs as he holds on to it as he heads through turn number 3 and 4. Somehow these guys have held it together. We're going to move back up to the front. Remington James out front by almost 1 second. I'll tell you what, impressive run for Remington James right now as he rolls up in the front. We're going to jump back to the battle for a second, looking pretty quiet. Lovelace just kind of riding around. Oh my God, Pierce just sent it in there. That would have been an EOL. That would have been one of those weird moments that I would have probably had to do an EOL. But there's a lot of contact back here as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, it looks like Shane Pearson going to take it down the back straightaway to make contact. Oh, Brayton, nowhere to go. Hard hit. Hard hit. Oh, they are wrecking. I don't know what the fuck just happened. Oh, my God. So the 56 gets the wall and just kind of, let's go to the blimp. This was happening for laps. Oh. He just gets up into him. And then Pearson. Oh, my God. All right, so that was chaotic. Yes, it was. So what's up, Austin? I just realized who it was. Oh, yeah, he definitely was unalived himself there as Remington leads the way. We just took out a lot of good cars. Kyle Todd, big damage on that 24. He might be done for the night. We know the nose doesn't mean a lot there, but that is the second big hit that Brayton has taken. As they head through turn number 1 and 2, it's going to be Remington out front. as they come out of turn in number 2. We're going to see if we get that one to go this time by. Yeah, Quinton's got some work to do in that number 16. I don't know why you're calling Shane a moron. He kind of had somebody up underneath him pushing him up the track. They were, he got the door and then they were kind of pushing back and forth a little bit. All right, looking for the green flag. Out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4, down into 1 and 2. It is going to be Remington leading the way. Moody's going to slide into second. Lovelace going to try to dig back on the outside. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Side by side. Lovelace up high, trying to get the edge on Moody. Out of turn number 4. Here comes Lovelace. Lovelace fighting hard up on the high side as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track. Lovelace going to try to dig back on the outside. He does out of 2. Nope, he's got to get in line. Looks to get in behind Moody into turn number 3 and 4. Gabe Elkins up into the number 4 spot as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. Elkins in that top 5. He started deep in this field. Up 6 spots. Quinton's up 7 spots. Cameron Jacobs has survived and made his way up into the number 7 spot, or 6 spot. Here comes Shane Pearson to the outside as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4. Oh, up underneath it is going to be Pearson at the line. He puts the slide on Jacobs, slams the wall in turn number 1 and 2. Oh, he threw it a little bit too hard in 1 and 2. Absolutely demolishes the wall there as they come down the back straightaway. Eugene, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. As they head through turn number 3 and 4. Oh, save it, Quinton. Save it. Big save out of the 16. Stacks up the field, but he's able to hold on to it. Here comes BK up underneath Shane Pearson as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. He doesn't quite have the drive off. You got to wonder if there's a little bit of engine damage there, but that might help him later on as this track gets slick. So we are watching the battle for the number 6 spot right now to Shane Pearson in that number 6 position. I got to wonder how much car he's got left too. He's banged the wall quite a few times as Quinton is caught back up to this group. He is looking for some positions as they head into 3 and 4. It is definitely fun when you get a good group, but I know Knoxville's always going to be a little rough because everybody's going to want to run it because it's Knoxville. It is what it is. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here come, oh my God, Quinton throws the slide almost into BK. Down the back straightaway, looks like Aaron Murphy going to drop back into that number 9 spot as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn 4, up at the front. It is pretty quiet right now. Oh, Lovelace gets around Remington. Remington back with the cut down. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Remington down low. Moody up high. Remington trying to beat that number 84 as they come out of turn number 4. Coming to the line. Big run for Moody. Moody's going to lead that time by. Moody with the run through turn number 1 and 2. Remington tries to slide. It's not there. Moody's going to dig back on the outside. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3. 16 laps into this one. Great battle for the lead as they head through turn number. It's ARCAs. As they come out of turn number 4. We run an all dirt ARCA series. Down into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be Remington down low. Moody up high. Moody's going to beat securely our new race leader down the back straightaway. Let's move back to this battle as it has definitely been interesting. Looks like Shane has fallen back in that number 39. Cameron Jacobs in the top 5 right now. Quinton Johnson up to 6 as BK and Shane Pearson have fallen back to 7th and 8th. Here comes Aaron Murphy in the 41. So Brayton had missed a few races. Billy Bob, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Oh, no. We got one around. It stays green. Big wreck down the back straightaway. Caution flag comes out. I do give the first car one lap down if they call it out a lap. And it just so happens to be you. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what happened there. So we need to go further up. We need to go to the... We need to go up to this battle. Was there contact? Oh, he just over-rotated a little too much. Oh, that is unfortunate. Nothing he could do there. All right, so the 41 of Murphy's going to have nowhere to go as the 55 does a 360. Oh, big contact. Knocks off the bumper. But we will tell you, bumpers mean very little here. Hey, you got your lap back. Don't tear up the car now, Brogan. Yeah, I got back to live right when you were hitting the wall. All right. So I'm going to explain what happened there. He didn't go in there hot. You got sideways, and there was nowhere for him to go. There was nowhere for him to go when you got sideways in the corner. You slowed up too much. He was all on you. He didn't shove it in there too hard. Look at for the green flag. Yeah, he was just too close because he was on you. He didn't shove it in there too hard. He was in his lane. You just got a little sideways. There wasn't anything he could do. If you go back and look at it, you'll see it. Almost 3 wide for the lead on a turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, Gabe Elkin's going to throw himself up in the mix as Remington's going to throw the slide in 3 and 4. Moody's going to come back with the cut down as they come out of turn number 4. Contact down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Chandler able to, I don't know what happened to him as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It is going to be side by side for the lead. Can Remington find his way around Moody? He's going to slide up the track. Moody has to get on the brakes out of turn number 4. Cuts up underneath. Moody back to the point. Remington's going to have the high side in 1 and 2. Moody's going to come back with the slider. Here comes Remington back with a cut down out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, drag race looking for the lead into turn number 3 and 4. Great battle for the lead. Remington's going to toss it up in there in turn number 3 and 4. Cut down for Moody. Moody going to cut down the front straightaway, looking for turn number 1 and 2. Moody back to the point. Remington not going to be able to cross him over as Moody had a straight shot into 1 and 2. He's still going to try to get the drive out of turn number 2. Oh, on the gas. Does he have to run in 3 and 4? He's going to shove it in hard into turn number 3 and 4. Slides up the track. They're going to be door to door out of turn number 4. I think Moody has won this battle as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. And down into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Remington goes for it. Gets the berm. Almost gets into Moody. Gar, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Grar, I think is how I say it. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. What's up, Joe Money? Oh, it doesn't tell you when I'm live? Go follow me on YouTube or something too, just so you know. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Out front, it is going to be Moody leading the way. Remington in second, halfway through. 25 laps complete, 25 laps to go. Does Remington have anything to close back in on Moody as they come out of turn number 2? Moody is just so consistent. It is hard to beat that consistency as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Gabe trying to find a little bit of speed. Dylan Johnson, thank you for the follow as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. So these guys pretty single file, pretty spread out through the field. Looks like we might end up with lap traffic at some point as we come out of turn number 4. That isn't a battle for the position, but Brogan's going to... Oh, Brogan goes around in turn number 1 and 2. Brogan around. He's going to get it faced into the inside wall. He's going to go ahead and take the toe as Moody continues to lead. I thought Brogan might get back out there, but I think he's had enough. This track is not easy, guys. Yeah, I'm still on Facebook. Yep, I'm live on Facebook right now, too. Let's go, Moody, says Landon. Landon rooting for Landon as they come out of turn number 2. All right, so everybody's pretty spread out right now. Field is spread out as our leader is closing in on lap traffic as they come out of turn number 4. Cameron said he used up his tires in that number 55 as they head through turn at number 1 and 2. Moody definitely closing the gap down the back straightaway. Track is definitely slowing down a little bit. Let's go, Lovelace. Lovelace having a great run. He has stepped it up so much. It looks like if Gabe Elkins is going to be hard to beat. Gabe is going to figure this one out. Landon, thank you for the share. By the end of this one, he could get himself up into the top 2, maybe race for a win, especially if we get a caution flag. We got 9 cars left out on the track as we move back up to the front. Landon Moody leads the way into turn at number 3 and 4. He's going to ride the wall through 3 and 4. That could cost him some time as Remington makes his way around the lap traffic. Let's take a look at the times this time by. Moody was still faster. Moody got the wall and was still faster as we got contact with the lap car. Big save by Zach Lovelace. Lovelace had his hands full in the 00 with the lap traffic as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Gabe Elkins must have gave him the room or got a little bit of contact in that one as Lovelace tries to hold on to that number 3 spot. Gabe into turn at number 3 and 4. Trying to close the gap on Lovelace. This could be the battle on the track as the 16 of Quinton having a good run, but gets a big bobble out of turn number 4. It's so easy to want to grab more than you should in these cars. There's a lot of throttle. You got to be so easy on the throttle in these cars. Let's go jump up with Moody. You could just, we'll go take a lap with Moody. You hear how much he gets down on the throttle? Then he's going to slowly roll in it down the back straightaway. So easy on it. Gets it on the right rear through turn at number 3 and 4, leading the way. Landon, thank you for the share once again. Just got to be so consistent here. Moody is so good at that in these ARCA cars. Remington in second. We'll go on his on board. We'll see. Yeah, a lot more throttle coming out of the corner. He's going to back it way down with the slider. He is a little bit quicker on the throttle, which probably means a little bit more tire spin. What's up, Cody? What happened? Oh. I think Jacob did that for you. All right, so Jacob going to go around bringing out the caution flag here once again tonight. Oh. What just happened there? Oh, he was trying to dodge him. I think he was you were trying to dodge him, and then he went to go dodge you and move down. And he seen you coming. He went down to get out of the way, and it was just bad timing. At least you didn't kill him. He was up high at first, and then when Lovelace was kind of in the middle, he panicked. All right, so caution flag comes out here once again. Not really sure what happened, but I'm not going to worry about it. As they head into turn number 1 and 2, looks like Cameron back on the lead lap. Brogan is done. So we got 9 cars left on the track. What's that? Donald Reynolds, thank you for the follow. I cleared when I heard you say something. Oh my God, that is brutal. All right, pace truck is in. Green flag is out. Green flag is out. This is not probably good for Lovelace because Gabe is starting to figure out that 07 machine as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Oh my God, Lovelace with a good run. Slides up into Remington. Gets Moody in the wall. Here comes Remington down low. Remington gonna slide. What the fuck? As they come out of turn number... All right. Because we haven't done a lap. I don't know. We're going to leave it, though, because it might break it if I do anything at this point. All right, so... Oh, 16 got... Oh, Gabe got the wall, too. That was weird. 16 got the wall and got loose coming off. What's up, Donald? Yeah, he just lost the back end. He was completely sideways. All right, so 37 laps complete. We are going to have 12 laps to go when they take the green flag. I just joined Roger from... Okay, what's up, Roger? What's up, buddy? 12-lap shootout. Can we keep it green? That's going to be the question here. It is definitely going to be slick out there here. It has definitely been a great night. As they head into turn number 3 and 4. You know, I just want to let you know that, you know, some of my regulars that hang out with me all the time, and they want to say these little snarled remarks, I'm going to start removing them. Yeah, it's going green right now. Looking for the green flag out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. 45 is going to pull off a pit road. They're going to be 3 wide for the lead once again. Oh, Lovelace gets sideways, opens the door for Gabe. Gabe going to slide into that number 3 spot. Here comes Remington sliding to the lead in turn number 3 and 4. Moody got the wall. Remington gets loose. Here comes Moody. Back down low as they come across the line. Down into 1 and 2. Moody's going to try to slide up. Remington's going to hold strong on the outside. Out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Appreciate it, Donald. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. So these are the ARCA cars on dirt as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Moody tries to come up the track. Remington's going to hold strong on the outside. Oh, looks like Lovelace going to slide back into the number 3 spot as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Battle for the lead. Moody leads it. Remington in second as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Moody continues the lead. Remington going to slide up. He gets in the back of Moody. Moody sideways. Remington backs out of it as they come out of turn number 4 to the line. 9 laps to go. Back to the roots. It's all Country Boy. Thank you for the follow. It is all ARCA dirt, all dirt series. These cars are probably the best cars on dirt right now, as Moody has the lead. Remington in second. Let's go check on the battle for third as they head through turn number 3 and 4. 8 laps to go. Gabe Elkins putting the pressure on Lovelace as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Side by side out of 2. Gabe not able to get the run off. Lovelace going to keep the spot that time by, or down the back straightaway. We aren't by that time by yet. As they come out of turn number 4 to the line, it is going to be 7 laps to go. 7 laps to go. You don't have any. Where are you at? Oh, they don't have any dirt tracks up by you. We got a ton where I live. I'm in the heart. I live in central New York. We got a ton of dirt tracks here. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Gabe trying to find some speed as Moody is now settled into the lead. Remington second. Battle is for third. Down the back front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Gabe Elkins trying to find the speed. I think it's a throttle thing. I think he's just giving a little too much throttle as they come. Oh, he gets the wall. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Here comes Gabe. Sends it in deep. Gets on the brakes so he doesn't get into Lovelace. 5 laps to go as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Moody's out front. He's leading. Remington second. Lovelace in third. Gabe Elkins in fourth. Has fallen back. Kenny gained some spots. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Landon Moody leading the way. Gabe into the wall. That's going to allow Kenny to close the gap. Could we end up with a battle for the number 4 spot? What's up, Bradley? Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. 4 laps to go. Moody wants to get this one over with. We got a road race to do after this as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Moody leads the way. It is going to be 3 laps to go as they come out of turn number 4. I'll tell you what, Kenny's starting to pick up the pace a little bit here, closing in on the 07. Could we end up with a battle? Oh, Kenny's going to get tight in 1 and 2 there. That's going to cost him a ton of time, as Lovelace is now comfortably in that number 3 spot as Moody leads the way out of 4. The 55 of Cameron Jacobs going to get out of the way as they come down the back front straightaway. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Cameron going to roll the bottom side as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Cameron trying to keep it down low. Let these leaders race it out as they get 1 lap to go. 1 more lap for Landon Moody. Moody going to lead it through turn number 1 and 2. Looking real good in that number 84 machine. Our points leader looking to capitalize on Ethan Bowers not being here tonight. Wasn't able to maximize his points, but still a great run for the number 84 as he takes the win here tonight and comes across the line. Landon Moody takes the win. Win number 4 on the season. Remington's going to be second. Great run for him. Lovelace, strong, hard-fought battle for that number 3 spot. Good run, Gabe. These things are tough. All right, so great run here tonight. We are going to go ahead and pull in our top 3, but let's go through these results so I got to get through this pretty quick because Moody's going to want to get out of here. I'm going to want to get out of here because I'm running that race with him possibly. It's going to be Landon Moody with the win. Remington James in second. Lovelace in third. Gabe Elkins in the number 4 spot. Storkson in 5th. Johnson in 6th. Going to be Jacobs in that number 7 spot. Brayton in 8th. Chandler in 9th. Going to be Roberts in the number 10 spot. Pearson in 11th. Murphy in 12th. Going to be DJ in 13th. Kyle Todd in 14th. Charlie 15th. And Shane Haas in the number 16 spot. Let's go ahead and bring in those top 3 for an interview. I guess I got to go over here and pull these guys up. All right, I'm gonna start with Moody this time because I know he wants to jump in and get a couple laps in the truck race. Landon, that was not easy. You got out qualified by Lovelace and Remington, and then had to spend a good bit of the race behind both of them tonight, but finally made your way to the front and able to lead a good part of the end of that one. But man, great race there tonight, Moody.
Oh yeah, phenomenal racing. Remington was he definitely gave me a fight for sure. I mean, I pretty much, I guess, showed them the way once I finally. I mean, I even told Remington like during the heat race, like the top's coming. It's gonna be there before too long, and it was there. The bottom was very tough to hit there. I mean, even the middle it was kind of treacherous. You really had to be on the top, but no. Other than that, really fun race. Trading sliders there with Remington. Lap traffic got scary there at the end, but a lot of fun.
You know, those restarts at the end there got a little crazy. And Remington was giving you quite the battle there. A little bit of contact. Lovelace took you guys 3 wide. You get in the wall. Caution flag comes out right away. Might have saved you a little bit there, but how worried were you about those restarts? Because it looked like Remington had really started to figure out the track a little bit more at the end again.
Oh yeah. I mean, inside lane was where I was on the restarts, and you had to be on the outside because the top lane was the way to go on both ends essentially. But no, it was very. I was really wanting it to end under green and not have as many cautions as possible. But it was definitely it was hairy with all the cautions. It just part of it, but still it was really good. Just the track did get locked down there on the top, which I figured it was going to do, but either way, just so you really had to nail the restarts, and I had a couple battery starts and had a couple of good starts, but that was the key to getting out front and running away.
Well, great run here tonight. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors, and go get in that truck race?
Yep, want to thank you for putting on this deal. Remington, great battle. Zach, good racing again. Zach's been proving a lot recently, and Remington finally caught some luck this week. It was good to see. 3D racing, uh, just know what stands for Precision 3D Prints and Design. All the guys, Kenny, Remington, James, are you for hosting it? Zach, Shane, Clint, everybody who showed up, all the regulars, and all the friends and family watching.
Good run, Moody. Good run. Cameron, you did get you were the biggest mover tonight. But Remington, man, you led a good part of this race out front. Yeah, I know that was horrible, Brayton. Good run for you tonight. Led a good part of that one. Gave Moody a run for his money at the end. Just came up a little short tonight, but man, that 36 was fast and looking good out there at Knoxville.
Yeah, once I got settled in, I just had to get out of my head. I found my mojo, and I was hoping that we wasn't going to get that caution at the beginning when I had the big break from Moody and Lovelace. If we wouldn't have had a caution, I felt pretty comfortable that I could have kept her up there. But man, me and Moody had an amazing battle most of that race.
You know, you get on those restarts and Lovelace sneaks up underneath you for a good portion of them. I mean, and he had a good run on the bottom side of that of those restarts. Did you think that might end up putting you in a bad position there? Maybe getting shoveled back to third?
Yeah, I was really worried about that. There was one time where we all got together and we were all screaming in Discord, "Oh no, here we go!" But yeah, Lovelace had some good runs on the restarts, and I tried to jump Landon a little bit and throw him off pace, but he got me on the last one, and I couldn't ever gain him back in.
Yeah, I seen you had to break it down a little bit, not to run him over a couple times when you tried a big slider, but phenomenal run here tonight. Good to see you get a good run out there. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, I want to thank you first of all for hosting this. All the guys in Discord. Congrats to Moody on his win. Congrats to Lovelace on that third. All of the guys at Mid South Mafia, and my dad. He's out there watching. He's been Snapchatting me. So shout out to Brian.
Hi, Dad. Good run here tonight. Man, Lovelace,
Thanks.
You had some speed tonight. Gabe Elkins gave you a hell of a run back there for third, but you had some speed. Couple contended for the lead a little bit tonight. You have to be feeling better in that 00.
Oh yeah, I mean, like you said last week, I think I feel like I've got qualifying down pretty decent now. One lap pace definitely isn't the issue. Yeah, and Gabe was hounding me every time we restarted, so I agree with Remington. I kind of wish we could have stayed green a little more, but that's a bit of a tall order to ask for green in a race like this. Just nature of it. but yeah, felt really fast. Didn't feel like I could stay ahead of those two, but it felt like at times I could get ahead of them. Yeah, just good to be mixing it up with them and watching them race.
Well, just to make you feel good about yourself, Gabe is a top split late model driver. So
That makes me
he's
feel
got a
good
lot
about
of
myself.
experience on dirt. So it was definitely an impressive run. Man, you were missing a little bit at the end there. I know we've talked about it before. It's about finding where the track needs to go, and chasing has definitely helped you keep the pace up because you're able to follow where those guys go when they do move lanes. Are you starting to figure out where you need to be? Are you starting to learn where those lanes move to and what to watch for on the track now?
Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little more comfortable, hunting for the grip myself. Usually I just kind of let them do it for me and go wherever they go. But yeah, I mean, I think to a degree I'm starting to recognize the patterns anyways, and it's coming together. It's still a slow process for sure, but I feel a little more comfortable out there, and I think that's 9/10 of the race is just feeling at home out there, feeling like you can make the moves you're going for and put the car where you need to.
It's really all about the throttle control. I mean, I jumped in with Moody and I jumped in with Remington, and you could hear the little bit of difference. It's just getting on the gas a little too much out of the throttle, I think, is really what it is, and just causing a little bit more tire spin. It's so hard to find that fine line, especially when the track gets slick. But phenomenal run here tonight. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, I got to thank my team Texas Speed first and foremost, for John for coming out and running with me, all the other guys back there watching and for racing with me normally. Got to thank all the guys in here coming out racing every week, especially Remington and Moody, for always putting on a good show for us. And congrats to Remington for having some good luck this week, of course. And then I got to thank you for putting on the show, and John's mom.
Yeah, you know she was out there. Good run, guys. Appreciate you guys out there, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit.
Yep.
We got to get Lovelace in that race. It's a road course race.
I'm listening.
He's in.
All right, guys, that is going to be it for tonight. Appreciate you coming out. We'll be back tomorrow night with a little bit of wood action. We'll get to let loose a little bit more calm situation. So make sure you guys come out tomorrow night around 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be live with that. Not sure what we're running yet, but I will post it tomorrow. As always, until next time, be safe and have a good night.